Okay, y'all, so let's talk about how I actually got my real estate license and my mortgage license. I feel like I did a video, but I didn't do like an in-depth video. I did a video of when I got my license, but I didn't tell y'all like the whole full in-depth plan. What y'all saw before was just like a little sneak peek of me just going to get some content and stuff like that, because that's what you really got to do. You got to go get content of new construction properties. I'm really trying to work more with like new construction, so I've been like going out there and getting like content and stuff. First, let's talk about the difference between a realtor and a mortgage lender. A lot of people that want to get into the real estate industry, they always be like, go be a realtor or go be a real estate investor. There are so many other things that you can do besides being an investor and being a real estate agent. You could be a mortgage broker, mortgage lender. You can be an appraiser. You can be a home inspector. Like, it's just so many other things that you can do besides just being a real estate agent. And you can also be a real estate agent and a mortgage lender at the same time. So the difference between a real estate agent and a mortgage lender is a real estate agent is the one that will go out and they will show you the house. They send you houses. They write up the contract, put in the offers and everything like that. The mortgage lender, well, the technical term is mortgage loan originator, MLO. So if you ever see somebody call themselves an MLO, it stands for mortgage loan originator. But mortgage lender, like, that's the technical term. But when you think of, when somebody says I need a mortgage lender, that's really what it is. Mortgage lender, loan officer, whatever, right? They basically are the ones that do the loan. So once the real estate agent puts in the offer is accepted, then that's when the mortgage lender will begin to do the loan to get you approved for the house. So the mortgage lender does the loan, the real estate agent finds the house. So we're going to talk about being a real estate agent. So I got my real estate license back in 2021. So about 3 years ago now. It's just crazy. I got my real estate license simply because I did not finish college. If y'all follow my channel for a minute, y'all know I've been in and out of college. I even thought about going back to college recently. Don't know why. But I've been in and out of college, and I've always had one of those mothers that was like, well, if you're not going to get a degree, you need to go get a license. So I tried to go to esthetician school. It didn't really work out. I thought about getting a trade, but I didn't really see nothing I was really that interested in. And then I stumbled upon real estate. So I actually was a real estate investor. I flipped two properties back in 2020 during the pandemic and kind of early 2021. And so when I was doing that, I just was like, oh, I want to get into the real estate side. My mom had been doing mortgages all my life, so I was not new to mortgages, the mortgage industry, the real estate industry, period. Like, I always kind of knew a little bit about it. So I went to go get my real estate license. Now, getting a real estate license is different in every single state. I got my real estate license in the state of Georgia, which my license is actually right there at the top. My real estate license, I got it in the state of Georgia. In Georgia, you have to have 75 hours, which is I think a week. I went to Barney Fletcher School here in Atlanta. They have locations everywhere. I went to the school in Duluth, and I went in person. You can do it in person or online, but I highly suggest for you to do it in person because it is too hard to do online. They have two options. You can either go for a month in 2 weeks, or you can take the accelerator class and finish it in a week. The first time I did the class, I did the slower version, which you can take in a month and 2 weeks. I ended up failing the class the first time, so then I went back and took the class again, and I took the accelerator version, and I passed the class. So once you pass the class, you get your certificate to go ahead and take the state test. The state test ain't no hope. The state test is hard. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard. I passed on my fourth try. So I failed the first 3 times. On the fourth try, I did end up passing. Once I went ahead and passed, I joined the brokerage. The brokerage that I'm with is Virtual Properties Realty. I've been with them really since I started my license, and they cool. Like, I get a really, really good commission split. They have classes. They do everything. I chose them because, well, one, my mom was with them, so we're on the same brokerage, and two, A lot of these boutique brokerages, like smaller brokerages, they want you to produce a certain amount of houses every single month or they're gonna like fire you. And I wanted to, with me doing other things, like I do YouTube, I do sports betting, I do other things. So like sometimes I may have a month where I don't really focus on real estate, I focus on my other businesses, and then like I focus on real estate, and then sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. So I wanted a brokerage where like it's not a certain amount of houses I have to sell every single month, or I'll be risk getting fired. You check with your state to kind of see what laws are, with your real estate license. Do I like being a realtor? I've been a realtor for 3 years. I've closed a couple of deals. I like being a realtor. A lot of people say so many different things about being a realtor and stuff like that. Like realtors are unnecessary, but realtors are very necessary, because at the end of the day, people, if you don't have a realtor representing you in one of the biggest deals of your life, which is buying a house, you will get screwed over, because the seller's realtor doesn't represent you. So they could be pulling all different types of fees out that's unnecessary. They could be overcharging you. It's a lot of different things that they can do to try to get more money out of you. So it's always important to have somebody representing you as a buyer to make sure that you are getting your best interest. So that is what realtors are important for, because a lot of times people are schemy and slimy, and they're going to try to take as much money away from you. I've seen it a lot. So it is very important to have a realtor represent you. I like real estate. I mean, it has its slow points. Last year was probably one of the slowest points because of the interest rates, but due to the election time, which I don't want to get into, please don't be in my comments saying nothing about that election. Please, 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 please. Every election time, the economy goes in a whole different direction. So hopefully, interest rates drop. Interest rates have dropped. They recently, the feds did do a rate cut. So we don't know exactly what direction that's going to be in. So we will see that in the next couple weeks. But yeah, so being a realtor is really good. Do I suggest for you to get your real estate license? Of course, always. Real estate is such a good career to have, even if you do it on the side. I personally like real estate because it pays very, 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 very well. Like you could literally sell one house a month and be straight. One $300,000 house. Realtors get paid 3% of the sales price. Well, should be getting paid 3% of the sales price. So if you sell a house for $300,000, 3% of that is $9,000. So you will get a little bit under $9,000, because of course you're gonna have to break your broker off with the split. So you have to break your broker off depending on what your split is. So you'll get about $9,000, probably maybe like $8,910. I don't know, but you'll basically get $9,000. So yeah, you sell a house for $1 million. 3% of $1 million is I think 35,000. So yeah, one house a month. That's really be my goal. My goal is like one house a month. Like if I sell two, that's great, but one house a month is literally my goal. And that just would it be. It's like, cause one house get you straight, you know what I'm saying? So I do plan on focusing a lot on my real estate career in 2025. I did talk about that in my quitting digital marketing video. So yeah, now let's talk about mortgage lending. So why did I become a mortgage lender? I became a mortgage lender because y'all know, and I done said this on the channel a bunch of times, I am a Virgo. Okay. And as a Virgo, we do not like to depend on other people. And it's like, I've worked with some mortgage lenders that have literally messed me up. And I have lost deals because of the mortgage lender, right? And so I don't like that. So it's like, as a Virgo, I'm like, you know what? I could do this myself. You want to play with my money? I can do this myself. Basically, I said, I'm going to go get my mortgage license because I'm just going to go do my own deals. Okay, I don't got time for this. Is that first I attended Barney Fletcher, which is the same school I got my real estate license from, but they have a mortgage school, which is called Cape School. And I took the class online. Would not recommend. 0 out of 10 stars. It was so hard to take the class online. For my final exam online, I just ended up cheating and I just looked up all the answers online. I'm not gonna hold you like, sorry, I already got the license. But yeah, I ended up cheating and just passed the test online. So then I went to take the test in person. Now, when you take your mortgage test, it's so much different than your real estate test. Your mortgage test gives you 3 chances, right? So if you fail the first time, you have to wait 30 days to take the test again. You fail a second time, you have to wait 30 days to take the test again. You fail a third time, you have to wait 6 months to take the test again. So they put a lot of pressure on you when it comes to getting your mortgage license. They put a lot of pressure on you, okay? So the first time I took the test, I ended up failing. So then I waited like 2 months. I took the test a second time. Now let me tell y'all why I was so mad. You have to get a 70 to pass, right? Tell me why I got a 69. I got a 69. A 69. When I tell you I cried, I cried. So I literally went a whole year without taking that test. And my mom was just pushing me because, mind you, my mom's a realtor too. So she's like, oh, you need to go back and get your mortgage license. She was just telling me, she was like, I want to give my deals to you because da 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 da. And so I'm just like, okay, you know what? I ain't got nothing better to do. I'm just going to go back and take the test. But this time I went to a school. So I went to an in-person school. I'm going to leave the link to the school down below because I cannot think of the name of it right now. But it's a school here in Atlanta. It's located in Sandy Springs if you live in the Atlanta area. And I went in person. It was 3 days and it kind of was like a refresher for me. And so I literally had one more time to take the test because it literally was my third time. So I was like studying. I studied all day, every day. I studied day and night. Y'all, I literally, the day before my test, and I did this with my real estate test too. So the day before my real estate test and the day before my mortgage test, I pulled an all-nighter and I literally stayed up all night and I studied all night. I kid y'all not. And so when I took my mortgage test, I was so nervous because I'm like, this is my last time. If I fail, I have to wait 6 months. So I went in there, took the test, and I passed with a 77. What thing about the mortgage test is that they tell you your results right then and there on the computer. With the real estate test, after you take the test, you have to go talk to the test administrator and then they tell you if you passed or failed. With your mortgage test, they tell you right then and there on the computer. So like I'm sitting here waiting for the computer to get my results. I'm literally closing my eyes like this. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to see it. I looked and I passed. I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to take this again. So then I went ahead and I passed. So once you go ahead and pass, the next thing that you do is that you have to get a background check, fingerprints, and a credit check. The reason why they do a credit check is because you're going to be handling people's money and credit. So it's just kind of like if you got bad credit, like, why should you be handling people credit and your credit bad? So they don't really necessarily care about like what the score is. They just want to see if you have any collections or anything. Like you can't practice real estate if you you can't practice mortgages if you have collections and evictions and all types of crazy stuff on your credit. Also, they do a fingerprint and they also do a background check because you're again working with people. You're going to be looking at people's social security. You're going to be looking at people's bank statements. You're going to be looking at people's assets. You're going to be looking at basically people's whole entire life. So it's like they got to know who you are. They don't play. You get what I'm saying? So they have to put your fingerprints in the system for all that. So yeah, mortgages is cool. I am actually in between mortgages people right now. I did work with this one mortgage brokerage, but like I just didn't like the way that they did business. So I am working with another mortgage brokerage right now. So I'm transitioning to them and they have been offering so much more support, all this stuff like that. Who I'm currently working for right now is RW Capital Mortgage. I'm not going to say the people who I worked from before because I just talked bad about them. So I'm not even going to say who was before, but now I'm with RW Capital Mortgage, and everything is cool over there. So yeah. So can you be a real estate agent and a mortgage lender at the same time? Yes, you can. And I feel like a lot of people don't know this, but you can. You can also work on your own deals. You can be the real estate agent and the mortgage lender on the loan, and you can get 2 checks for both from the same person. It's just like, of course, there has to be a bunch of disclosures involved. Like you have to let them know like, hey, I'm a person. So they just have to sign a bunch of disclosures. But I mean, if they rock with you, they're going to sign them disclosures. But yes, a lot of people don't know that you can actually do both. And then with me being a mortgage lender, I can work with other realtors with their clients to help them. So like, let's just say I am lacking in real estate clients. Another realtor may have real estate clients, but they just don't have no lender. So I can be their lender and still work with them. I would never take their clients on the real estate side, but on the mortgage side, I will be their mortgage lender. So it's like either way it goes. If I don't have any mortgage clients, I got real estate clients. I don't got no real estate clients, I got mortgage clients. So I'm always gonna have a flow of some type of mortgage in my just all types of flow. So that's what it works out from at the end of the day. It's like either I work with y'all clients or I got my own clients or. So yeah. That's it. Do I feel like you should be a mortgage lender, real estate agent, or both? I feel like you should be a real estate agent if you are a big people person. If you like aesthetics, like if you like to go out to the open houses and you like to be in people's face and you like to do all of that, then, if you like the aesthetics of it all, be a real estate agent. If you're like more of a laid back person, you don't want to be driving people around looking at houses, you like numbers, you like problem solving, then be a mortgage lender. Because basically what mortgages really is just looking at people's assets, their credit, their income, and trying to put together the best mortgage plan for them that will be affordable to them, that they can get them approved. It's like problem solving in numbers. So if you like problem solving the numbers, but you don't want to be in people's face all day, then mortgages. So it really just depends on what you want to do. So yeah. And if you want to be both, be both. It took a long time for me to be both. It's definitely a lot of hard work and dedication to be both. And it's not a lot of people that look like me that have both licenses. If you know, you know. My mortgage license is at the bottom, by the way. I didn't tell you that. But yeah, so it's not a lot of people that look like me. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, I will try to answer all questions because this was a very in-depth video. I've had a lot of people ask me, so this is the video. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you love this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.